Alright, how you doing, YouTube? I've got a few of the foam sleeping pads. And once again, just remember, I just had brain surgery 2 months ago, so I've got some problems speaking. So I apologize. You have to suffer through it. I just wanted to show you these real quick. Recently, I just bought these Dutch sleeping pads. I've had this is a US Forest sleeping pad, which is very similar to the one I had in the Marines with, being the USGI. And then over here to the right, we have the Bundeswehr, or German, sleeping mat. So let me show you this real quick. So we've got 3/16 of an inch thick, which is not very thin. Normally this thing is used so you can put it inside of your rucksack, and then this will give you some structure plus padding on a rucksack that doesn't have like a frame. Help keep it away from you, and also help, when you shove stuff inside of that rucksack, the thing is not going to be hurting your back. I've got the US Forest Service one. This is 3/8, so this is twice as thick as the German. This thing is also, so with the German, it's only 11 inches wide. When you open it up, it's going to be 22 inches wide. With the USGI, this is at 22 inches wide. When we look at the Dutch, we're looking at about 8 3/4 inches wide. But this thing is also 3/4 of an inch thick, so it's twice as thick as the US Forest Service, and this Forest Service is twice as thick as the 3/16 on the German. Now the length on these is all going to be around 72 inches, so sorry, I'm not going to unfurl those and measure them, but a couple things I wanted you to take a look at. Now, even though this is very thin, I like to carry this sometimes because I want to have some kind of padding for my knees or whatever I'm doing. Just to have a nice mat so that I can kind of protect my knees if I'm kneeling at some place or something like that. It's not real thin. If I use this to sleep, I'll usually use like a static V sleeping pad over top of it, because that's going to be another extra 1.5 to 2 inches thick, right? Now with the US Forest Service one, we're looking at about 6 inches diameter when you roll this up. Now that does not come with this. This is a Swiss Army strap. And we're looking at the Dutch Army sleeping bag, or sleeping mat, excuse me. It's going to be about 8 inches in diameter rolled up. This is the same thing here. Now, both of these came with the covers. I just wanted to show you that one of them I have the cover on, one of them does not have the cover. I usually carry this without the cover because I don't have this like deep Dutch DPM camouflage on most of my stuff. Most of my stuff is either Coyote brown like that, or it's going to be like an olive green. So I don't care for that as much. I don't really need to have the cover, but it is very water resistant or waterproof cover on here, because they do have probably urethane coating inside of there. Adds a little bit of weight. I mean, if I'm using this thing, obviously I'm not going to be worried that much about weight, but I do care about appearance, so I usually just carry it without the cover on there. I've slept on all of these. Obviously the 3 16th inch thick Bundeswehr is not very effective if you're using this only. I mean, it's going to be slightly better than nothing. Now when I was in the Marines, I did use a USGI one, which was pretty much the same thing as this US Forest Service one. And that was still better than nothing, but it wasn't the best. If I'm only using these foam ones, I guess I'd prefer this one. The only problem that I have with this is because it's only 18.5 inches wide. You know, my shoulders measure at 72, all right, excuse me, see, that's my speaking, 22 inches wide. So, which is fine for this, but when I slept on this on concrete, I was with my son doing Cub Scouts, and we were doing like a outdoor-indoor thing, but we ended up sleeping indoor because of all the rain around here. You know, my shoulder blades or my shoulders were just hanging over this a bit. Because it's 3/4 of an inch thick, though, and this is the only thing that I slept on. You know, it was moderately comfortable versus this, which I've used, you know, outside and on hard surfaces and things like that. I mean, this is better than nothing, right? It's got a little bit smaller diameter, 6 inches versus 8 inches. You know, so obviously with a 3/4 inch thickness, you're going to get a little more cushion. This guy, like I said, I usually just use if I want to, you know, like a shooting mat, or if I'm doing different things, I need that cushion, or if I want to put it inside of a rucksack against my back, the ones that don't have a frame. You know, this works pretty well. It's got the elephant skin, they call it. It's kind of like a rubberized coating on side of there. These are still closed cell on both of these. They're closed cell foam, but you know, if I was going to choose between these two for actually sleeping on, and these are the only two I'm going to carry, I'm going to carry this one. Yeah, even though my shoulders are wider than this, when I was sleeping on hard concrete that's been there for years, this gives you more support. Now, like I said, normally I'll sleep usually on this or this, along with a static V, air-filled pad, but and together with both of those, either of these are going to work for me. I mean, they give you a little bit more R value, and they're also wider. If I was just going to choose, like, just only taking one thing without taking the static V, of course I'm going to use this one. You know, these things I had to get these sent to me directly from the Netherlands. So these ended up being about $55 a piece, being shipped from the Netherlands to me. One thing I like is that they do come with these straps on there. Now with the cover, there's no strap on there, but they do have some, well, the only attachment point is actually down on the bottom here. But I usually don't even use that cover. But, I mean, if I wanted to, I guess I could. But since it's closed cell, I'm not really worried about it absorbing a lot of water in it. So I'll just take it like this. That's really about it. I mean, if you guys have some kind of questions on this stuff, see, you know, whatever specifics you're looking for, post them on here, please, and I will try to answer them as soon as I can. I haven't done a video for a while because I just went back to work. All right, have a great day.